Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I have come to realize that Zombies fans are the most incredibly supportive fans in the universe. I say this because every single time that I upload a Zombies video, no matter what I'm talking about, no matter what the conversation revolves around, I get a lot of likes, I get hundreds of views. It is insane. And then people will go out of their way to criticize the Zombies franchise. What it has to do with is jealousy, and nothing but jealousy, and they have to stop. They have been criticizing Zombies from the very first moment the Place to Be music video dropped. And I said I had to do something about it, so I uploaded one video with my thoughts on the Place to Be music video in it, a reaction video. And overnight I had over 1,000 plus views, and this YouTube channel exploded ever since. My reviews of Zombies have become the most revered, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that. I will go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time, living up to the monarch of the song Legends in the Making, which has always been one of my greatest fears, fading off into obscurity and being forgotten about, which is really frightening sometimes, more frightening than people ever choose to admit on their shows, because being a YouTube creator, you're really taking a chance on the niche that you're trying to attract. And I am forever grateful that I fell into the niche of Descendants and Zombies because of how incredibly supportive each and every one of you are. No matter if I'm talking about Descendants, no matter if I'm talking about Zombies, somebody always subscribes. Either throughout the day, overnight when I'm asleep, somebody always subscribes and always sends a notification to my phone just to let me know that they love me and they love the videos and they comment and they like. It is crazy. So for the life of me, I don't know why more YouTube creators just don't devote their life to creating Descendants and Zombies videos, because I've made the decision to devote the rest of my life to creating Descendants and Zombies videos, even if that means every day for the rest of my life. And I honestly mean that. This YouTube channel will always be here for each and every one of you because of the incredible mental love and support that you continuously show it, which I can only hope that you will continue to show for the foreseeable future, because this story is far from over. With how many supernatural creatures have yet to see their introduction into the Zombies franchise, from mermaids to pirates to witches having been discussed, I am incredibly excited to see where we go from here. After Victor and Nova discovered each other in their dreams, ever before meeting each other when they met each other for the first time in New Zealand, that was beautiful. And I think it was the most powerful way to introduce us to new characters in the franchise. I mean, they could have just showed up, but they had a reason to meet ever before they did, and that was so beautiful. And I think a lot of YouTube creators out there really don't have an emotional side to really express how they feel about Zombies. I'm sure a die-hard fan will express how they feel about Zombies, saying, oh, this is so cool, I love this so much, because you're a fan of it. You're not a critic. And I think that because the critics don't have the heart or the appreciation or the certain pride that goes with talking about Descendants and Zombies, that's why they choose to criticize this thing. I am here to tell you that there is nothing wrong with being a fan of Descendants and Zombies, and I want you to continue to be a fan of Descendants and Zombies for the foreseeable future, because Descendants and Zombies, I know, has changed my life, because without Descendants and Zombies and it backing me, I would have never had the opportunity to meet all of you, because meeting all of you has been the greatest honor of my life. I wouldn't have this any other way. If I could sit down and talk about Descendants and Zombies for the rest of my life, I would, because I believe that you just can't tell a story in 90 minutes and believe it's completed. I don't know for the life of me how people get away with saying, okay, they told the story in 90 minutes, the story is over. It is far from over, and I want to keep that door of this never being over more widely open than it's ever been before, especially just under 3,000 subscribers away from 3,000. This is amazing how much you guys have supported this YouTube channel. I say this because I'm just a guy who shoots videos out of his office every day. I'm not a guy that does this professionally. I'm just a guy that does this because he loves it so much and he knows how much the franchises mean to each and every one of you. So that's why I don't mind investing the money behind the YouTube channel to really make it be the best it can possibly be. Because if you're going to be on YouTube, I've always believed that it's either go big or go home. You just can't create a small-scale YouTube channel and expect to become a celebrity overnight. Now, I don't want to be a celebrity. It's just somehow, some way, fame has always followed me everywhere I went. No matter what I was talking about, who I was talking about over the years, from Lindsay Lohan to Hilary Duff to Aaron Carter to the Backstreet Boys to Miley Cyrus to Emily Osment, I became famous overnight for talking about them. But I have never been this famous. Descendants and Zombies gave me a second chance at my career. It really revitalized me and brought me back from out of obscurity, which sometimes is a really scary place to be. More scary than I have ever given credit for. but each and every one of you have had me by the hand ever since I became a fan of Descendants and Zombies. And I really do believe that the greatest thing that ever happened to the Descendants and Zombies universe was when we met and I became a fan of Descendants and Zombies. Because I was just uploading videos about Descendants and Zombies, and people weren't really watching them, and then all of a sudden, just from out of nowhere, people just started watching my videos, and that was the coolest thing ever. People started hitting the like button for no particular reason, people started subscribing for no particular reason, leaving comments about how much they love the videos, and I was blown away by it, because I never ever thought I'd get 500 subscribers in this YouTube channel, much less under 3,000. That is, I'm 200 subscribers away from 3,000, 200 out. That's a lot to take in, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that, because I could be talking about Descendants and Zombies and not making a whole lot of sense to anybody, and I'm here talking about Descendants and Zombies, so proud to be a fan of Descendants and Zombies, so proud to see where the franchise is going to go, because Addison and Zed did such a fabulous job as the leads for so many years, 7.5 years, to get Zombies to this point. And now here come Victor and Nova, portrayed by Malachi Burton and Freya Skye, and everybody's so excited about it. And I can see why, because they were so adorable together. I actually just saw a behind-the-scenes look at the Dreams Come True music video a couple of days ago, and it was really cool seeing the behind-the-scenes look of the Dreams Come True music video, because they looked like they were having so much fun. And that's what I want to see happen for every fan of Zombies. I don't want to see people criticizing Descendants and Zombies, because I think a lot of people just go out of their way to criticize it because they find it fun. I don't see anything funny about criticizing Descendants and Zombies because of how incredibly supportive the fans have been of it. I mean, they were obviously looking for something to love. They were obviously looking for something to fall in love with for the rest of their lives, and they saw that in Descendants and Zombies. So why take that away from them? Why not just encourage their hopes and dreams of Descendants and Zombies lasting for forever? Because I would go for another 20 years of talking about Descendants and Zombies. I really would. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with going out and buying a $500 camera, a $100 microphone, and sitting behind your podcast microphone talking about Descendants and Zombies for the rest of your life. If you guys want me to be the voice of Descendants and Zombies for just a little while longer, and you would do me that honor, that would be the greatest honor ever given to me in my lifetime. If you guys would hit the like button, say 500 times, I would love you for that, because every single time I get a notification on my phone, wherever I am in the world, no matter what I'm doing, it really shows a greater appreciation for these videos, and it really shows that you love the guy hosting the show. Because you guys have got to know me, not only just for my opinions on Descendants and Zombies, but you've got to know me about my personal life. I've shared with you in my experiences that relate to Descendants and Zombies, how I moved into this house as crazy as it was near a soda plantation, a chemical plant that could explode at any given moment. I'm surprised it hasn't already. And I found that really convenient too, because that's what the plot of the original Zombies franchise revolved around, how a lime soda plantation turned everybody into zombies after it exploded. I love that. When I first read the script of Zombies, I was blown away by it. I said, this is really Disney coming into its own. This is going to be something so special that so many people are going to be inspired by, and then I was faced with so much criticism for how I felt about Zombies. And I've been faced with so much criticism ever since. But in light of all the criticism that I have received from talking about Zombies, I know I've had each and every one of you from the very beginning, because some of the very first subscribers that I put up on this YouTube channel are incredibly loyal, and they will kill you if you don't like Descendants and Zombies. That is the really cool thing about Descendants and Zombies fans, is that they will be your shield. And no matter how much darkness you encounter, they will always be there by your side, and they will forever and always be your friends. You guys are some of my best friends, man. You have been here from the very beginning. You've always been commenting. The same people are always commenting all the time, saying, hey, Jonathan Clarke, great video, GOAT, you're the greatest of all time. I don't think I'm the greatest of all time yet, but I would love to go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. And rest assured that if I do get an award from Disney for these videos and I do get recognized, each and every single one of you who have ever supported me are coming with me. I am never ever going to forget about you. I will thank you all individually. I will say thank you 1,000 times over. It won't just be me standing up on a stage at the D23 Expo, getting an award and saying goodbye. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. It's not going to be that way because I've always believed in doing videos with an open heart and an open mind and speaking from your heart, which means never preparing anything before you do a video. If you make a fool of yourself on the video, don't edit anything out. Just let people know how you feel. Show yourself for who you are. Not use AI to create these videos with Descendants footage from the movies or zombies footage from the movies and just make false predictions that leads you down a road of false hope. I think that this is pretty much a situation like Hotel Transylvania, where Jonathan was just wandering through Transylvania one night and he ended up at Dracula's castle. You know, I've always had a backpack on my back, I believe, and I've been always on this hike. And one night I just stumbled across Oregon, and I haven't left since. I just stumbled across Seabrook, and I've been residing there ever since, and I've never wanted to leave. This is the greatest honor of my life, and I've had the honor of talking about a lot of different things on different shows. I have talked about a lot of different niches, but I have never felt this more accepted. I have never felt like I really found my place in the world until now, and I have never believed in dreams and second chances existing for somebody as much as I do now, and I'm here to encourage that. I'm not here to take that away from anybody. You know, the opening dance number of the Zombies 4 down in the Vampires movie was called Legends in the Making, and that's always what I wanted to go down in history for having been, is a legend. And I like to believe that some way or somehow I will go down as being one of the greatest of all time, but not without your guys' continuous love and support. Because without your guys' continuous love and support, it's just a guy hosting a show that's getting no views, no likes, subscribers, but once a video finds its way out into the algorithm, it makes all the difference in the world. Your kindness, your appreciation for these videos, I can't seem to get enough of, and I know, apart from every other YouTube creator out there, without you hitting the like button 1,000 times, or giving me 1,000 views per video, 1,000 views per day on this channel, what have you, that the algorithm is suggesting, I would not be here. Jonathan Clarke would just be a thing of the past. Because years ago, nobody was really taking me serious. Nobody really loved my videos until the power of Descendants and Zombies found its way into my life. When I was at the most lowest point of my life, Descendants and Zombies brought me back. It's kind of like how Batman was pulled out of the abyss after Bane broke his back in the Dark Knight movie. You guys wanted a hero. You obviously saw that hero in me, and you pulled and you pulled and you pulled until you pulled me out of obscurity. And you brought me back from the dead. And I've always wanted to be a part of zombies ever since. I've always wanted to be in these action scenes where zombies fighting 1,000 zombies, dancing with zombies on stage for the Worlds Collide tour. I'd even wear the Shrimpy costume. You guys don't realize how far I'd go with this. I would go all out for you guys. Because I know how much this franchise means to each and every one of you. And if I were the writer and producer of Descendants and Zombies, I would go above and beyond to give the characters the appreciation they deserve, to have characters have a more significant role in Descendants than they ever had before, like Aladdin and Jasmine, Rapunzel's daughter. There's so much you can do with this. And I think that's what a lot of critics don't see or just don't want to talk about because they want to see it end. They want to see everybody so sad that Descendants is finally right, which is dramatic conclusion. I mean, I can see how this is going to go. When we finally get to the conclusion of Descendants, witness the dramatic conclusion of your favorite Descendants movies, your favorite franchise, and then everything's just going to blow up. And it's going to be filled with so much criticism. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Kylie Control crying on videos because she's a Descendants star and she's not being perceived the way she wants to be perceived. I want Kylie to know she did nothing wrong. And these videos that are being suggested to you of Kylie Control crying on TikTok because she has to explain her political point of view about how she refers to her fans as cuties, I, for one, would love for Kylie Control to call me or text me every day calling me a cutie. I really would, because I am that supportive of Kylie Control, and I am supportive of Kylie Control's dreams. Here's a shout out to every idiot out there who's in a relationship with a girl. If you actually supported a girl's dreams, relationships wouldn't turn out the way that they did, and you'll probably be still with that girl that you've had the biggest crush on for the rest of your life. If you actually supported their dreams. This is why Kylie Control and Malia Baker went through some of those brutal breakups in their lifetime, because the guys they were with just didn't support their dreams and their hopes. All you got to do is just support a girl for her dreams and her hopes and understand her, or at least try to understand her. And then some of your relationships will turn out for the better. Trust me. Because a girl really is so valuable in this lifetime because she helps us make sense of life. So why are we criticizing people like Kylie Control and Malia Baker? It's for the life. I don't know for the life of me why we're doing it and why people are getting away with it. It's just because YouTube doesn't notice it and they don't flag the videos. I guess I don't know. But I just want to talk about Descendants of Zombies in a way that it was meant to be talked about. And if you'll do me that honor for just a little while longer, I promise you I will always be here. The way this YouTube channel works is there are no breaks. 365 days out of a calendar year, there's a video uploaded on this YouTube channel because there's a certain pride that goes with talking about Descendants and Zombies. And if you don't have that certain pride to talk about Descendants and Zombies, then you shouldn't talk about it at all. Because the thing about the Descendants and Zombies fans is they know everything there is to know about Descendants and Zombies. And if they love Nova and Victor, if they love Addison and Zed, they are going to let you know about it. Because there's everything to talk about when it comes to Descendants and Zombies, and they know everything there is to know about Descendants and Zombies. So why insult them? Why insult their intelligence? Why disrespect them? Because you can upload a video about Descendants and Zombies, but is that appreciation in your video? Did you say how you really felt about Descendants and Zombies and its fans? I don't think a lot of people do that. Actually, I don't think anybody provides commentaries as much as this on Descendants and Zombies and a person having a hope and a dream and there being nothing wrong with it. Because I'm here to tell you that having a hope and a dream, no matter how far away it seems, there's nothing wrong with it. And I'm here to encourage that. I'm here to encourage your hopes of seeing Mal reprise her role in Descendants, no matter how impossible it may seem. The return of Ruby Rose Turner to the franchise, which I think whose story is far from completed because she has so much left to offer the franchise. And I can't forget to mention how she is my favorite Descendants character. The reason behind why Ruby was my favorite Descendants character was because Ruby was just so beautiful, and she was just so genuinely kind. Forget how beautiful Ruby is for a moment. Just think about how genuinely kind Ruby Rose Turner is. Ruby is somebody who just doesn't care what anybody thinks of her. She just wants to make everybody happy that she's in a room with. And she has lit up everybody that she's been in the room with and brought the best out of not only herself, but also everybody she's had the opportunity to work with. And she makes everybody feel so happy. Kind of like how the cast of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires were made so happy by everybody in New Zealand, which I can never give enough profound credit and thank yous to the people of New Zealand for making this the most enjoyable experience of the entire Zombies cast. Because if they were to shot this anywhere else in the world, they wouldn't have been shown that same amount of appreciation. They wouldn't have been given that much gratitude. But now, because they're shooting it in New Zealand, they're having the time of their life. And I would have loved to have been able to shoot this one on location, been the writer and producer of it. I don't know why Disney won't call me, because I know what you guys want. You want to see more supernatural characters. You want to see more of a storyline given to you. Because as beautiful as Victor and Nova's storyline is, this story still has so far to go. And I am really excited to see where we go from here. I really am. And I'm really excited to provide you commentary on Descendants and Zombies in the way it was meant to be provided to you. Because you guys have deserved far better for far long enough. There's a new Descendants trailer that was just leaked last night on YouTube. And I hope you guys don't watch it because it's just pretty much AI. I don't know why people use AI all the time. The AI thumbnails really get on my nerves. I want you guys to know also, I don't use any AI whatsoever. You will never see that. You will just see reaction videos and commentaries here on this YouTube channel because I'm just like each and every one of you. When it comes to Descendants and Zombies, I don't know what's going to happen. I just love the characters, and I have a greater appreciation for the franchise than anybody who's provided you with commentaries or reaction videos on YouTube. Because a reaction video will only run for about, 5-7 minutes, and then after they say what they want, it's pretty much over and done with, and they upload the reaction video, and however many likes they get and how many subscribers they get, they're cool with that. But what I've always wanted to do is talk about Descendants and Zombies in the way that it was meant to be talked about, because I think it's seen its fair share of criticism for far long enough now, and I've just really wanted to be that guy to give you the best analogies possible, because it's one thing to talk about Descendants and Zombies, but are you really talking about Descendants and Zombies? Are you really showing it for what it's worth? A 5-star production, all the downloads it's getting off Disney Plus, all the streams. 250 million hours of stream time is a true testament to how far this franchise has actually come. And when you sit back and put that into perspective, that is absolutely insane that this franchise has gotten over 250 million hours of stream time. So that shows absolute respect and nothing but respect for the Zombies franchise, which is why I think the critics out there should have more respect for you guys as fans of it. Because when you showed up at the Worlds Collide Tour, you showed up. And you showed up out of respect. You came in unison for your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, and you showed up out of love and support for them. And I give you a profound amount of credit, and I just want to say thank you. And I'm sure they will say thank you by the time the tour wraps up on September 16th, which is only next week. This has been the best summer of my life. having the honor to meet each and every one of you and to be able to create videos. I was hoping to be back by early 2025, and by March of this year I started to be able to produce podcasts again for you guys, and it really has been the best summer of my life. The greatest honor of my life is having the honor to have met each and every one of you and having been able to provide you with great commentaries on Descendants and Zombies, and I honestly wouldn't have it any other way. This is the second podcast I produced this morning. I've got at least one more to go, and I love you guys so much, and that's one thing I want you to know. That this story is far from over. Don't believe any of the critics on YouTube, and what you should do is subscribe here. I have noticed that my views from my zombies videos have exploded. I have each and every one of you to thank, because they certainly didn't explode because I just decided one morning that I was going to upload a bunch of Descendants and Zombies videos. They exploded because of you. And I know I sound like I had a zombie infection the night before when I do these videos. I know I tell you a lot of crazy stories about how I thought my girlfriend at one point was a vampire, because I actually did. And you haven't lived until you actually are in a relationship with a girl who actually thinks she's a vampire. There's a lot that goes with that, and it's very complicated on times. But if you love her, you're going to love her no matter what. And you're going to see her through the darkness into the light every single time. But having said that, I do love commentating on Descendants and Zombies for each and every one of you so much. It is a beautiful experience to be able to sit here behind this podcast microphone and to have talked about Descendants and Zombies for you in the way it's been meant to be talked about for a very long time. And I just wouldn't have it any other way. There is no place in the world I would rather be than having the honor to sit behind this podcast microphone and talk about Descendants and Zombies in the way it was meant to be talked about. Because if I couldn't talk about Descendants and Zombies, well then there's no point of me even being here. There's no point in me actually even trying to talk about Descendants and Zombies. But some way, somehow, all these videos have had an incredible reach. That's one thing I've noticed about these videos. And people from all walks of life are here. And they're here because they're fans of Descendants and Zombies. And we have become best friends because of Descendants and Zombies. It's like I've been saying for forever. Some of the most beautiful friendships of all time have been derived from talking about Descendants and Zombies, just in everyday conversations, for podcasts on YouTube, for different platforms. It's a beautiful experience, and it's something wonderful to be a part of. And I'm really happy that Alice and Wonderland characters have found their way into the Descendants franchise, because it offered an expansion of the franchise. This spin-off has been beautiful. Everything about it, the plot, the music, the characters, everything just was so special. And I think that more people, fell in love with the franchise because of what they did with it. I mean, they could have told the story in 3 movies and said, okay, we told the story, completed it. That's it for the franchise. And now nearly 10 years later, we have even more fans of the original Descendants trilogy and even more fans of this new spin-off meeting each other for the first time, becoming friends because of it, sharing their opinions about Descendants and Zombies, a passion that has brought us undeniably all together. And I give you a profound amount of credit for that and show you mad respect for that, because that's what you deserve. I mean, your favorite stars don't deserve to be crying on YouTube because they can't make sense of what they're YouTubing and what they're watching because people feel the way they do about them. I've wanted to do something about that for forever, which is why I've wanted to relay a message of kindness for what feels like an eternity on this YouTube channel. I don't know how far I've gotten with that, but I know every single day more and more people are finding these videos. And because more and more people are finding these videos, I love this so much. This has been the greatest honor of my life, being able to sit behind this podcast microphone to have talked about Descendants of Zombies for what feels like forever, and I wouldn't have it any other way. To talk about anything else now on YouTube would seem so out of character for me, and I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to go anywhere anytime soon. I just want to have 1 million people subscribe to this YouTube channel because this guy knows what's up. And because you guys think he's the sweetest guy in the world. That's why I want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I don't want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel for any other reason. I don't care about being paid on YouTube. I don't care about the YouTube partnership program. I care about you guys. And, I honestly don't care if I make 1 penny off of 1 video I upload on YouTube, because I do this for the fun of it. And I do this because I have the honor of meeting each and every one of you, and you had better believe me that this is the greatest honor of my life. Getting the honor to talk about your favorite stars and show them the appreciation, the respect, and the love they deserve has been the greatest honor of my life, and I honestly don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. Thank you so much from my heart to yours. I get emotional every single time I upload a video, but I can't help it, because without Descendants and Zombies, I know I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have been given a second chance at my career. I would never have been revitalized. Thank you so much. I will be back just before I head out for a movie premiere later on this evening. The movie premiere does not happen, does not go down until 4:25. So I've got time enough to produce at least one more video before I sign off. So I will be back later on this afternoon. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you have shown this YouTube channel. We will talk again in just a few hours from now. I guess all that's left to be said is for us all to stay calm and zombie on, because there's really no other way to be in this lifetime.